Okay, I think everyone are now back. So there is 67 of us, which is a great number. There was 80 of us. Okay, so once again, when we are all back, I apologize for a bit cutting your discussions. I think we are all aware that maybe this part of the meeting was too short. We had very interesting discussion, also breakout group 3. What would ask you now is to make a short summary of each of the moderator. We start with Fabio, then Eleonora, then myself, and then last but not the least, Ida. So a few main topics and ideas from your breakout group.
So I guess I start, no?
Yes,
Number one, we go in order. There was not much of a discussion, to be honest, but we had two interesting presentations. One dealing with the bigger picture, let's say, so geographical information system and satellite systems can give a first-hand information on the spots, not only urban, but also rural or industrial spots where we need to focus our attention first. But this focus depends also on the type of impact we need to address, whether it's heat island, whether it's floods, whether it's sea level rising or storms. And from this first level, or say regional view, we can go down also up to urban level. And then we had a second presentation from a commune near Venice on a long beach strip that decided to tackle the problem of sea level rising and sea storms. And there were a sequence of pictures showing what measures have been put in place starting from 2007 up to now, and it has been a slow but continuous process on adapting on this topic, on this particular hazard.
Thank you.
Actually, another thing that I get from the session is that local data are present. If there are not, we have these satellite pictures that can give a first-hand information, but there are also other information that are present at local authority that can greatly help in the assessment by some specialized institute like the one we invited today for the topic.
Okay, thank you, Fabio. Eleonora, so breakout group number 2.
Okay, Valeria, the moderator, is talking
okay.
on our behalf.
Okay, thank you. Sorry Valeria.
Yes, for the breakout 2 that
I have some problems with sound.
Yeah, there's a problem. Now I retry. It's better. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the breakout session 2 that is on how to engage our communities in adaptation process. We have 3 presentations on some experiences in Italy. Life Veneto Adapt for the creation of a strategy with a participatory process for the definition of adaptation strategy, and also the experience of Croatia for communicating to citizens on specific topics of energy solution, and also the presentation of the method of community engagement. And the main messages of our discussion are that we need to make it simple, because all the best solutions are simple. In particular, because adaptation is like a civilization jump, and so we needed to be capillary with all the channel of communication to reach all the communities, all the different categories of stakeholders. And in the experience of Croatia, also church is important for communication to people on adaptation. and it's a very we need to work hard because it's a very strong, a very challenging and demanding and onerous process. The process of involvement, of active engagement of community of adaptation, and in terms of time, resource, and also dedicated personnel, but it's necessary for a successful adaptation strategy. And the main challenge is how to connect, how to link the science, the academic world, and the high-level technologies to the daily life. So the solution
Rješenje koje su nam prezentirali tijekom naše diskusije jest sve pojednostaviti, stvoriti jednostavnu poveznicu između tehnologija, znanosti i rješenja kako bi se rješavali svakodnevni probleme. Hvala ti, Valerija, za ovakav detaljni pregled.
It's about the breakout group 3, the one related to the extreme weather warning systems. We had two short presentations, one by myself, where I gave a short overview of what type of events we are giving warnings to and what are the limitations in our knowledge. Some type of events we both understand and can detect, such as heat wave, but for some type of events we still have to invest in both observational networks, but also in research activities, for example, hail or ice events. After that, we had very nice presentation by Francesco Rech and his colleague from the Weather Service. I have to apologize for not writing down the name, where they presented us how in Veneto region they addressed weather warnings. One of the issues is that there is a system of, for example, extreme precipitation warning, but then it's very difficult to give impact warnings, for example, to floods or to fires. This discussion related to the impacts was also supported by contribution from Igor Magdalenic, which I also have to thank, who shared his experience of helping civil protection agency in Croatia in supporting, for example, forest warnings and so on. So one of the conclusions is that from perspective of users, they do take into account different warning systems, but when we deal with different prevention or adaptation, then this type of work is more harder and there is still lots of effort to be invested. So I wish to thank everyone from my breakout group. Ilya, please, for the breakout group 4, give a few words.
Yes, I will try to be short. The main topic was how to fund and secure support for climate change adaptation activities. And Daniel Roddick from DOR gave a great presentation regarding risk and vulnerability assessment and the methodology that they used and why they use it, and all basically path for collecting, normalizing, factoring, and developing the impact chain of all components of process of calculating risk and vulnerability.
Koji je proces izračuna utjecaja takvih promjena? Ono čemu smo razgovarali, a većinom smo razgovarali ja i Daniel, pokušali smo pronaći načina na kakvi fondovi i kakvi su nam dostupni resursi za različite faze adaptacijskih aktivnosti. Pokušali smo se fokusirati na fazu pripreme, provedbenu fazu, kakvi su nam fondovi, kakvo sufinanciranje se može osigurati za svako tih faza. Razgovarali smo o problemima u fazi provedbe.
And small municipalities and towns with a low budget have problem even to ensure the 15% or whatever is other part of the co-financing on their side. We discussed about possible national or regional funds or organizations that could support these smaller and, let's say, more not so rich municipalities and towns in effort to help them also to contribute to these adaptation activities. I think the overall conversation was interesting. Maybe we could use few minutes more to finish, but Ivan is very strict regarding this, and we have to obey his rules because he is the master of the show. So at the end, I think it was interesting for listening for others in our breakout group.
Yes, I fully agree with Ilya and with Fabio. We should have a bit more time in this breakout group, but the next time we will be more prepared. With this, so again, thank you all the moderators, and thank you for reporting back. I think we have successfully completed the second phase of the meeting, and we are now left with the closing words. From my side, personally, I wish to thank you everyone for participating, especially all the presenters, but also you participants. Special thanks to moderators of the breakout groups. We had many consultations and testing. It was a very dynamic event. Obviously can't replace the real meetings, the real workshops, but I hope we were able to disseminate some of the results of this project and associated topics. From my side, this is everything. Thank you, everyone. And I would like to ask Ms. Leah Goover, our project coordinator, to officially close Response Midterm Conference.
Oh, what an honor, Ivan. Just a few words to congratulate you and all the HMZ team that successfully organized this conference. It was a long process because we started thinking about this conference to be in presence. But then with COVID, we needed to shift to this distance. Yeah, we had a lot of organizational issues, but at the end we got it, and it was very, very successful. So compliments from my side again. I would like to say that I would like to meet you again in the future to continue this discussion on climate change. Also, the participation of more than 80 participants shows that there's an interest both from Italy and Croatia on this topic of the climate change. And yeah, what is expected that we can continue working together. We will include in the response website all documents for this midterm conference. So continue following us also on social media. And we really look forward to meet you again. We will have the closing ceremony for our project in, let's say, roughly 1 year here in Friuli Venezia Giulia region. And I hope we will be able to organize it and to see you again to discuss about improvements had in the climate change. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Ivan, and hope to see you again in the near future. Bye-bye from my side.
Big also thank you. I got a message in my chat to our interpreters.
Yeah.
They were really great, at least what, as I heard. So really great work. Thank you from my side to everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you, Ivan, and everybody for supporting this event.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.